I just want to do a quick review on the Silver Star gravity feed iron I received a couple of weeks ago. I really love this iron, and the reason I got it is because I was tired of filling up the water on my steam iron. I couldn't go through a project without having to stop every few minutes or every 10-15 minutes and fill up the iron. So this one has a nice sized tank, and it's mounted close to the ceiling to where it is gravity fed. I'm going to try to get a different angle on this, how I have it mounted to an IV pole so that I didn't have to put any hooks on my ceiling, because I wasn't sure if I was going to always have my iron in this location. So rather than damage the ceiling, I got an IV pole, and I took the wheels off of the IV pole, and I'm going to come around and show you how I have it mounted to a little cabinet. This is just a little cabinet base that I bought at Lowe's. I used to have my embroidery machine on it, but I took the wheels off the IV pole, and I bolted it down to the top of this little cabinet so that I could have my gravity feed bottle hanging close to the ceiling. I did find that it worked okay with the IV pole on the floor, but I had to prime the hose. It wasn't getting the water down as quickly as it needed to. But I think once it's primed, you could probably get away with it not being as tall. But I can't remember what the recommendations on the in the manual said about this iron. I think it had to be 5 feet above your ironing surface. But this is working pretty good for me. I haven't had any problems with it. I used a bungee cord to kind of keep all the cables and stuff out of the way. So hopefully without all the clutter behind the camera, you can make this out. This is just a little Surefoot Fit Designs sloper that I'm putting together, and it had tons of darts, fitting darts, so that I could get the sloper to fit to my body. And I use the gravity feed iron to press these, and it really does a good job of crisply pressing the seams. And it's really heavy, so that makes it nice. And it doesn't take long to heat at all. And it's got the power button here, and this is the steam button where you just click it. And you don't hold it down because you'll get drips if you do that, but it just really gives you a nice burst of steam. And again, I got so tired of filling up that other steam iron that I had. I couldn't go through a project without having to fill it up several times. And if you'll look at the beginning of the film when I showed the bottle, I've not even used half of the bottle of water. And I have done several sewing projects, and I leave the iron on the whole time I'm sewing, so it'll be nice and hot. And I have not run out of water yet, and that has been wonderful. So I highly recommend this iron. I have the iron plugged into a power strip along with a lamp, because this iron does not have automatic shut-off, and so if I forget to turn the iron off, the light is on the same power strip. So if I see the light on, I know I've left the iron on. Because you see the light is on the button right now, that light goes off if the iron is hot enough. So the little red light is only on when it's in the heating mode. So if the little red light goes out, you may think the iron is turned off, but it's really not. So you can see how much water I've used from the time I got it 2 or 3 weeks ago. And like I said, I've done several hours of sewing several projects and I have not run out of water. I don't want to bash other irons or other brands of irons compared to the Gravity Feed, but several years ago I had a steam iron that had a tank that it sat on top of, and it held a lot of water, but it took 15-20 minutes to heat up enough to make steam. I believe it was a Rowenta. I'm not 100% sure on that. But other people that I knew that had them liked them, and they didn't have the same problems that I had. And also, one day I just got ready to use the iron, and all the water had leaked out of the tank for some reason and just spilled everywhere. So the bad experience that I had with that iron caused me to not replace it. So I saw reviews for this one online, and I decided to go ahead and try it because the Gravity Feed makes a lot of sense to me. So again, I haven't had it but probably 3 weeks now, and I just really like it. It also came with this little silicone pad to set it on, because you don't set it on its heel like you do most irons. You always set it down like this. So that's my review on this iron.